Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning and welcome to Unity of Charlottesville on this crisp but sunny last Sunday in February. My name is Peggy Ruth and I will be your celebration assistant this morning. We've got a little feedback here. With me is our senior minister, Reverend Don Lansky. Sit down. Woo! And our multi-talented music director, Blair Jones.
My wonderful band.
And of course, the musicians and the praise singers. Well, it is our practice to open with song, so I will turn things over to Blair.
All righty. Everybody sing along. So see, it's easy because you do the part in parentheses. And anything else you want to sing for that matter, I don't care. All right, here we go. A 1, 2, here we go. Sunday morning, I'm a joyous soul, feeling sacred, loved and whole. The Spirit fills me, I can't hold it in. I've got to keep it showing, keep it flowing, keep it growing, keep it growing. After we say the last amen, you gotta go out, go out. You gotta reach out, reach out. You got to shout out. What goes forth comes back again. There's a saying that is widely known: fill someone's bucket and you fill your own. The love you give away comes back times 10. You gotta keep it showing, keep it showing, keep it flowing, keep it flowing, keep it growing, keep it growing. After we say the last amen, you gotta go out, go out. You gotta reach out, reach out. You got to shout out, shout out. What goes forth comes back again. Go out, reach out, shout out. What goes forth comes back again. When you see there is a job to do, it's a blessing that has come to you. You can take this opportunity to discover who you can be, and every morning be a joyous soul. For you are sacred, loved and whole. And if you want the joy that never ends, you gotta keep it showing, keep it showing, keep it flowing, keep it flowing, keep it growing, keep it growing. After we say the last amen, you gotta go out, go out. You gotta reach out, reach out. You gotta shout out, because what goes forth comes back again. You got to go out, go out. You gotta reach out, reach out. You gotta shout out. What goes forth comes back again. What goes forth comes back again. I tell you, what goes forth comes back again.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Unity of Charlottesville. Unity welcomes people of all religions, all faiths, all cultures, all gender identity, all sexual orientation. Everybody's welcome here. Welcome to everybody who's watching online this morning as well. And we're glad to have you here. We hope that you find something that's meaningful for you on your spiritual journey. That's really our purpose here. So it's our custom to begin with prayer. So I want to invite everybody to just take a moment and close your eyes and take a deep breath. I was thinking about Hildegard von Bingen this morning. She was a Christian mystic. She talked about being a feather in the breath of God. Being a feather in the breath of God. Isn't that wonderful? That's a feeling of lightness and spaciousness. That we are feathers in the breath of God, the breath of Spirit, however you conceptualize God. That we move and we live and we have our being in this field of unlimited, abundant love, divine love. And we come here this morning to resonate in that field, in that presence, to support each other in our spiritual journeys, to know who we are. You know, amidst all of the challenges and all of the day-to-day worries in our personal lives, in our country, in our world, just to remember that we are love in our essence. And as we just become aware of that vibration within ourselves, we spread that forth into our world, to those areas of conflict, Israel and Palestine, to Ukraine. Anywhere there's conflict this morning, we send forth love. And we can remember that in the midst of any challenge, any overwhelming situation, just that thought that we are feathers in the breath of God. We claim this so in the name and after the nature of the indwelling Christ. Amen.
And let's close this time of prayer by our statement of faith together.
There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. Well, we had our hug meeting, our monthly hug meeting last Sunday, and one of the ideas that came up, since the pandemic, when we do our welcome, we just kind of ask everybody to stand and we sing our beautiful welcome song that everybody's welcome here, and then we all stand. And the reason that we do that is because of the pandemic, because people started getting edgy about being too close and hugging and all this other stuff. But at the last week's hug meeting, people really wanted to be able to greet people again. So you have permission to do that. If you feel up to it, if you want to do that, if you want to just say hello to a neighbor or say hello to someone you've never met before, just be respectful. Just be respectful, knowing that in this time, people still have different feelings about being close and proximity and all that stuff. So we don't want to lunge at anybody who doesn't want to be hugged. We don't want to jump over chairs to greet somebody. We just want to be respectful. Some people just maybe want to have a namaste or just a sort of a distance kind of like that. So feel free to do this however you like. You have permission, okay? So.
All right.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is one more time. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my
Well, we do have some opportunities for transformation. The first thing is that today, right after the service, at 12 noon here in the sanctuary, the Board of Trustees will present its 2024 Prosperity Plan. Oh, we wanted to let the kids go, right?
Yes.
Yes! Let them go! Let them go! They're aching to go.
Robin is at the back of the sanctuary, so if there are any young people, Cindery and Robin are ready for class.
So our the board will present its 2024 Financial Prosperity Plan, which is our fancy name for budget. It's kind of just a full disclosure, full transparency about the church finances. If you're interested in hearing about that or suggesting or asking questions, please come to that at 12 o'clock in the sanctuary.
And Kundalini is continuing. Jean, do you want to come up and, okay, the information is up on the screen. Kundalini Yoga and Meditation, wonderful, wonderful class. So I encourage you to sign up and participate. And Spiritual Cinema will be next Sunday, 1 p.m. after the service here in the sanctuary, The Power of the Heart.
And then the men's group will meet Monday on March 4th in the Fillmore House at 6 o'clock.
Ginger's class continues, the Guidance for Awakening Humans. It's done by Zoom. Again, the information is on the screen. It's the second Saturday of each month, so March 9th is your next opportunity.
And Janice Gilmore has been working for 3 years on this beautiful, wonderful concert with a cast of thousands, and for the purpose of fundraising to pay and reduce our mortgage. So, Janice.
Yes, so thank you, Don. So good morning, everyone. It's really, really easy to remember the date for this event because it is St. Patrick's Day. Yes, and we're all going to be wearing green, right? And we'll be thinking about the gold, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow to pay down our mortgage. Now, I call this a living memoir because we'll be presenting to you stories from my life that will be enhanced. It's not like a musical, I did that 42 years ago, but I'll be sharing stories from my life that will be enhanced by music from, I'll be offering you songs that are near and dear to my heart from musical theater and from movies with music. I think you'll recognize all the songs, right, Don? I believe you'll recognize all the songs. So as Don said, we have a cast of thousands, amazing musicians, and so on and so on and so on. Everyone is welcome, but please register if you plan on coming. You go to events on the website, Unity of Charlottesville website, go down to Living Memoir, purchase tickets, and it's a donation, as we said, and everyone's welcome. The donations start at $0 and they go on up. Now, having said all that, why would I do this? Why would I get up in front of, yes, people I know, many people I know, but there are going to be a lot of people I don't know. It may be live stream. Why would I do this? Tell my whole story. Why? You ask.
Why?
Well, I've integrated my life on the spiritual path for 42 years with my life as a psychotherapist and healer for 34 years and 7 years as a professional in musical theater before that. I've integrated all of that because it just feels really important for me to do so, but also because it's so healing to do so. It's incredibly healing when we offer our stories, especially in a creative way like this, right? And it's not just healing for me, it's healing for everybody that's joining me on this journey. All of you as witnesses, there might be something in my story that you resonate with and relate to, and you receive healing. So that is the true purpose of why I'm doing this. And just to say thank you, all of you who have been on my path with me, thank you.
Thanks, Janice.
Yeah.
As you know, we're partnering with Focus Music and Songmaker Series to bring acoustic music to Charlottesville. This is Joe Jenks, a very old-time folk singer who's fabulous, really fabulous. And you can listen to some of his music on our website if you are curious about it. But that concert will be on March 23rd. And Patricia is doing her second meditation retreat on April 6th. The theme is spring, and the theme of spring is rising up, setting intentions, but having these intentions rise up organically from deep silence, from within. So she'll be doing contemplative prayer and other forms of meditation, and it's just a wonderful retreat. How many of you were at her last retreat? Yeah, so they're a lot of fun. So you can sign up on the website. There's an early booking discount if you sign up by March 16th.
The Metaphysical Library downstairs is so organized. If you haven't visited yet, I encourage you to do so. Wayne and Ginger have spent hours and hours and hours organizing and getting it all ready for everyone. So take advantage of the resource. And our Healing Half Hour on Wednesdays continues. We've got a powerful group of people that meet together on Zoom to share prayer. So if you can't be there in person, you can submit a prayer request on our website, but you're certainly welcome to attend at any time.
And Sydney Segmeyer's artwork is downstairs after the service if you'd like to go see it, or after the financial meeting. And we did have coverage last Sunday on NBC News. I'm going to show it to you.
In Charlottesville is honoring the legacy of formerly enslaved people with her latest display at Unity Church. The collection by Cindy Stegmeyer combines old pictures of the formerly enslaved with a modern African-American woman to show respect and honor to those who came before her. A few of the photographs were shot at former slave cabin that once housed 26 enslaved people. The photographs are on display through the end of February.
This is, who we are. This is how, this country was built, and, it definitely needs to be remembered and honored in every way. And just how it's still so much more we need to do to change.
The viewing is free, and all proceeds from any photograph sales will be donated to the Jefferson School's African American Cultural Center.
Oh, good work, Cindy. And Tony and Shirley have been spearheading the Habitat for Humanity project.
So we're stronger now. I was rather proud of myself. I was brave enough to use a air compressor nail gun, so I felt like that was really a big achievement. I'm really proud of what Unity did. We showed up for 3 different days, and when I was talking to folks on Friday, they said that was more than any other church had done. So I was really proud of us for that. It was really great to be able to work with people who are actually going to live in the houses. We worked with 2 different Methodist churches, and then yesterday with some students from UVA who are learning how to actually be kind of leaders in these construction projects. So it was a great project for us, and there's people that we need to thank here that we want to acknowledge.
And I used a router, which I thought was an internet term, but it's actually a problem song. Okay, moving right along. Yes, we had some great volunteers, and I just would like to name you, if you're here, stand up. Stevie, Rhonda, John S. I can't pronounce the last name. Don King, Buddy Leffers, are you here? I haven't seen you yet, but he was there all 3 days, so kudos to him as well. And then Tony and I made it a time or 2 when we could. So it was quite a sight, and I'm just so proud of our church for stepping up and doing that.
And tell me Buddy wasn't about to whack you. He wasn't?
Well,
No.
maybe he was.
Oh,
He
okay.
restrained himself.
All right, good, good, excellent. All right, thank you, guys.
And let's join together for our mission statement.
Unity
Unity
of
of
Charlottesville
Charlottesville empowers
everyone
everyone
to express their unique divinity, making a positive difference in the
world.
Hey, Bob. Could we have Blair a little more in monitor one? Thank you. There is a promise, I feel it coming, in the rising of a turning tide, where every burden shall be lifted on the surge of faith inside, and every spirit will feel the blessing, every soul will be satisfied. We are rising higher and higher in this turning tide. We are rising, rising in this turning tide. We are rising, rising in this turning tide. I hear the music in this madness. I see the vision of a brighter day. I draw compassion from our sadness and fuel the fire for a better day. I put my money where my mouth is. I get on board the freedom ride. We are rising higher and higher in this turning tide. We are rising, rising 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 in this turning tide. And so the promise becomes the present, and the future is opening wide. We are guided, we are gifted, we are lifted up inside, and nobody can do it for us. We'll sing our own hallelujah chorus. We are rising higher and higher in this turning tide. We are rising higher and higher. 2, 3, 4. In this turning tide, in this turning tide.
Thanks. Well, I have a special treat today. Usually we have Terry Atwater speaking when I'm not here, and so I rarely get to actually hear him in person. I listen to him online, but I don't get to see him in person. And so today, I'm really happy to be here in person to listen to Terry. Terry is, as you know, is a fabulous teacher. He's been facilitating the Course in Miracles group here for more than 25 years. They meet every Tuesday night at the Fillmore House, which is down here at 7 o'clock. And he's just so exceptional, and I'm so happy to be here and to welcome Terry Atwater.
There we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. As I said before, here we are on this beautiful February 25th Sunday morning in Unity Church in the year of our Lord, 2024. And, the question is, what will it bring? If you ask some people, they will say that the year 2024 may be a year of doom and gloom, recession and depression. And then when you ask others, they may tell you, no, the year 2024 is a year for peace, love, joy, and prosperity. I suppose it all depends on the way that you look at things. Here at Unity, we have a different look at things. And isn't it great that we have a place like Unity to come on Sundays where we can reaffirm the truth of who we are and whose we are, to know that there is only one power and one presence in the universe, God the good, omnipotent. That is our statement of faith, by the way, that we just took. And some of you, maybe those of you online, do not realize that that is the first and fundamental basic principle of unity. Let me state it again. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. Powerful and profound statement, isn't it? Are you buying it? Do you believe it? If that's the case, why is there so much madness and badness, uncertainty and insanity in the world that we see outside of us? That's what I wanted to share with you this morning. Because you see, if we embrace the truth, if we embrace our highest good, then we have a barometer inside of us that will direct us even through times that appear to be dark. And right now is a good time for us to embrace that principle and to know it for what it is. What is the good? Sometimes, we have to ask ourselves that question. Am I living in a state of goodness, or am I living in a state of badness? And at Unity, of course, I have been a member of Unity for quite a few years, over 40 years. And this principle that we come together and affirm each Sunday is key. It's key because it gives us an opportunity to leap beyond our limited perception of things into a greater awareness, an inner knowledge of where we are always and what we are forever. So this morning, I invite you to take a leap. Every time we come to Unity, we really are kind of taking a leap, right? A leap out of the consciousness of a world that seems to be so dark and dismal into an awareness of this one presence and one power, God the good, omnipotent. And as we do that, we are training our minds to leap beyond that limited perception of things into a higher state of consciousness. Oh, by the way, did you know that this year is a leap year? That's right. On next Thursday, the 29th, will be the leap day. And do we have anybody who was born on a leap year? Do we have any? We call them leaplings or leap babies. If you are a leapling or a leap baby, you get to celebrate your birthday once every 4 years. How about that? For some people, that's a negative. For some people, that's a positive. 4 years. If you have your anniversary, your wedding anniversary on the 29th, then guess what? You only have to celebrate once every 4 years. Maybe a good thing, maybe a not so good thing. This is also a very special year in Chinese astrology. In case you did not know it, this is the year of the dragon. Did you know that? By the way, I just happen to be a dragon. That's my astrological sign in the Chinese zodiac. So I can look at this year as being a year where I have to face my dragons, or I can become the dragon, overcoming all the limitations and all of the problems and anxieties that seem to go my way. But you know, it all depends on how we see it. If you are of a mind to believe the Chinese zodiac, the year 2024, year of the dragon, here's what it says. According to the Chinese zodiac, it represents good luck and imperial power. It also symbolizes authority, nobility, glory, ability, and success. Let me read that again. The Chinese zodiac year of the dragon represents, it symbolizes good luck, imperial power, authority, nobility, glory, ability, and success. That sounds pretty good to me. What do you think? I like to look at the year that we have ahead of us as an opportunity for spiritual growth and transformation. But I'll be the first to tell you that it's not an easy thing. We have all of the negativity and the gloom and doom that seems to be so prevalent around us. But if we can grasp that first fundamental principle, that there is only one presence and one power in the universe, and that is good, then we can make it through. We can look through all the gloominess and all the negativity of the world and embrace that highest good. Now, how do we get there? That is the question. How do we remain there, I guess, is an even better question. I have learned that for me, it takes constant repetition and affirmation of what we know to be true. And I'm reminded, of what the highest good really is. Do you know what the highest good is? Have you ever asked yourself, what is your highest good? Think about that. In my opinion, your highest good is the will of God. And God's will for us is perfect happiness, perfect joy, perfect peace, perfect unity, oneness. That is the highest good. And if I continue to say that, I can get high on that all day long, because highest good is really where it's at. Are you embracing your highest good? That is my question for you today. Are you willing to embrace your highest good? That the will for you, the will of God, our Creator for us, is to be joyous and loving and always in a state of peace, awareness that there is that one power and presence presiding over everything. And I'm reminded of David, David in the Bible was quite a character. He was a king, he was a mentor, he was a fighter, and this guy really get high, I won't go into all the things he got high on, because that might not be something to share with you on a Sunday anyway. But anyway, this guy was so high on his highest good that he would dance naked in the courts, shouting the praise to God. And people were enjoying it, It's like, this guy is really high on God, high on his highest good. In the Psalms, which he wrote, I like the Psalms. Remember the 23rd song? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Yes, he leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. And then there's that last line. It says, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Terrific statement. That was kind of the clincher of the psalm, as far as I'm concerned. So what was he saying? We are dwelling in the house of the Lord right now. And not just here in an edifice, a building. We are dwelling in the consciousness of the Most High. And the goodness that he talked about, that surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our life. The wonderful thing I like about that statement is that highest good is something that we don't have to chase after. It's something that we don't have to pursue or try to strive toward or achieve. It is there, waiting for us to embrace. It might say that it kind of indicates that that goodness and mercy that is following us around is like a heat-seeking laser beam, tracking us down wherever we go. The goodness is there. So when we say the highest good, just for today, if you can't really accept that exists, let's think of it as unconditional goodness that is following us and showing us the greatest opportunities that we have ahead of us, rather than the doom and gloom. Like a heat-seeking laser beam, it is there. All we have to do is turn around, accept it, and know it to be the truth for us. Just think, if we are high on our highest good, how can we be low? How can we get down into the depression of the world? Unity is very high on the law of mind action. Many of us are aware of what the law of mind action is. If not, I will briefly review it for you. In the Unity Principles, it says, we create our life experiences through our way of thinking. In other words, where our mind goes, our energy flows. Right now, your mind is flowing somewhere. Is it flowing to the good or not so good? Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. Pretty simple, right? As a man thinketh, so is he. Well, I think Satchel Paige said it probably even more succinctly. It's mind over matter, and if you don't mind, it don't matter. So if you are minding your matters, let the mind flow in the direction of your highest good, and you will find that you can leap beyond the limitations of the negativity and fear and the world outside of us. Another thing that I'd like to share with you is that the leap is not always easy. It sometimes requires a great deal of faith and confidence. And there are examples of our highest good. Sometimes we don't know what our highest good really is. Have you ever thought about that? What is my highest good? I'm not going to try to define what it is for you, but I can give you examples of the highest good that I have experienced. One of them is right here, by the way, Unity of Charlottesville. You know why? Because over 20 years ago, and I don't want to put a cape on Reverend Don and Reverend Patricia, but they are superstars. Over 20 years ago, they came here, and we had this we had this idea that we wanted a church home. You know, we've been having church in a box for many years. We've been going from senior centers to the Omni and all over the place. And we really had this great idea of having a church home, and we truly believed that it was for our highest good. And we believed it passionately. But it took some motivation and some leaping power to get it done. That's right. We had to leap in order to get to where we wanted to go to build this church. What you're seeing now is the result of a lot of faith and a lot of prayer. I can remember before this church was here, and I can tell you this personally, that I was a doubting Terry. Amen. You heard about doubting Thomas. Let's face it, we had a congregation, and Don will tell you this, of less than 200. And we were looking at a $2 million project. The numbers just didn't seem to compute. You know, it just didn't seem to want to happen. But somehow, some way, knowing that it was for our highest good, we put our hearts and minds together. And before you know it, we had a plan and a project. And what you see now is the manifestation of our highest good. Unity of Charlottesville, a center for light, a center for sharing the goodness that God has for us. So another example, I'll share with you is marriage. Marriage is quite a leap of faith, isn't it? For all of us, I think. It really is, for most of us. I can tell you that in my own personal situation, I knew my highest good was to marry this lady over here, PMH Atwater. There was no doubt. It was not quite love at first sight, but almost so. We met at a Zen meditation seminar at Unity of Roanoke Valley. It'll be 44 years come April. And I can honestly say it was for our highest good. But at the time, I didn't know. I really didn't know. And you know, there were people who were telling me, namely my parents, Terry, don't do that. No, my mother was violently opposed to the marriage. Number one, we were crossing the color line. That wasn't a good thing to do back then in 1980. And number two, she was much older than I was. You know, we were crossing the generational line as well. And so there was a lot of speculation, you know, not just from my parents' side, but from our friends and other significant others. Don't do it. It's not the right thing, you know. But in 6 months' time, we tied the knot. And it's been a wonderful journey together. The highest good has been manifest over and over and over again. I can honestly say it is one of the best decisions that I ever made. And so our highest good may not be where we think it is, but sometimes we have to leap beyond our reservations, beyond our negative assessments of things, and beyond the things that people sometimes tell us, to accept our highest good. And the last example I'll share with you is 12 years ago. Yeah, 12 years ago, I had my first encounter with surgery. I had spinal surgery at Martha Jefferson Hospital. Right out of the blue, I had this severe spinal stenosis thing creep up on me. I had never been in a hospital before, so I didn't know what to expect. And there are people, some of them were here, who will tell you that they were telling me, Terry, don't get the surgery. If you go in, you may never come out the way that you went in. You may be crippled for the rest of your life. And there were some people who said, go ahead and get the surgery, you know. By the way, the reason that I had to have the surgery is my right foot was partially paralyzed. So there was some nerve dysfunction there. So after much deliberation, my beloved and I decided that we probably should go ahead and do the surgery. But the problem was there was no surgeon available for months out. But PMH, that didn't stop her. Every other day, she would try to call in and find out the doctor's schedule and see whether or not there was a surgeon who could do it. And one day they said, no, hold on. There is one person who did not come in for their surgical appointment. And that one opportunity was what got me into surgery. So I went in and got the surgery. And I'd like to tell you that when I came out, I was dancing, you know, and everything was wonderful. But it wasn't. Matter of fact, all those thoughts that I had and people were telling me about, you'll never walk again, began to enter my mind. And I began to wonder, you know, because you see, my foot was still idle. My right foot was still paralyzed. I was on a walker. I had never been an invalid before. And that was really distressing to me. And I had to depend on PMH. I mean, she's all of 150 pounds maybe? And here she's trying to lift around a 220-pound guy. So it was tough times, you know, and I kept wondering when I would be able to walk. And I would ask the doctor, when am I going to walk? He said, I don't know. Things like this take time. Nerve function sometimes could take a year or 2 years, 5 years, or it could be a month or two. So anyway, I was really getting into a state of fear, not knowing, where my highest good was. I can distinctly remember dreaming about how wonderful it would be to walk. Can you imagine that? We take for granted some of the things that we have available to us, but walking, just the mere act of being able to walk around, was a real miracle in a sense to me. And I remember dreaming about that. So I just told myself, that this is not going to happen. I'm not going to remain an invalid. So I started to get up, even though I could not maintain my balance very well, and I kept falling. I would get up, and it got a little bit better, and a little bit better. And after about the 8th week, I was walking again. And I began to realize that, hey, my highest good is here, not, in a wheelchair. And so if it had been, I'm sure there would have been a reason for that. But my point is this: sometimes we do not know what our highest good is. But we can affirm that there is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, and that is God the good, omnipotent. So I would encourage you this morning to embrace your highest good, whatever that may be. And the way that we do that, well, there are a number of ways that we can do that. Affirmations, meditations, prayer sometimes helps. I have a list of things, that would really be helpful, but I won't go into them now. I'll only tell you that affirmations have been one of the best things for me. And I'll share with you some of my favorite affirmations for embracing your highest good in a moment. But you might want to ask, and I don't want to give you the impression that your highest good is that far away, because it isn't. Your highest good is as close as your breathing. Your highest good is as close as removing your focus from your vision, your physical vision, to your inner awareness of who you are. It is just that easy. The problem is that we've taken our focus off of the internal, spiritual, inner awareness of who we are to a projected goodness outside of ourselves. And we have conditioned our minds, which are very powerful, to focus on that which is not the highest good. I'm giving you an example. Do you know what the strongest creature in the world is? Anyone care to guess what the strongest creature in the world is? Close. According to some physiologists and scientists, the strongest creature in the world is the flea. That's right. A flea can jump hundreds, if not thousands of times its height. Can you imagine that? Its physiological structure is unlike almost any other physical creature in the world. It's a strong, strong creature. But if you put a flea in a jar and you put the jar lid on top and the flea keeps bumping its head over and over and over again, guess what happens? After a while, you take the lid off, the flea will only jump about the length or the height of the jar. Instead of going feet in the air, it will go maybe several inches in the air. Now, why am I making that analogy? Because we are the most powerful creatures in the universe, mentally and spiritually. We have the power and the presence of the Most High God. But we have temporarily given ourselves the impression that we are limited to our highest good. We have limited ourselves by taking on a perceptual frame of reference rather than an inner awareness of the knowledge, of the knowing that there is only one power and one presence in the universe, God the good, omnipotent. So embracing your highest good is easy as I said, turning around to that heat-seeking laser or being open to receiving it right here and now. The wonderful thing about your highest good is that there are no stipulations on it. Your highest good has no strings attached, no conditions, and no contingencies. God's will for us is the best. God's will for us is love and peace and inner perfection and holiness. And the way to get it, how do we get there? Well, we're already there. But what I can share with you is there's no ritual that's necessary. We can come to Unity every Sunday to embrace our highest good, or we can affirm it every moment as being there. Now, what will that do for us? It will change our perspective from a perceptual frame of reference to a spiritual point of reference. And as we do that, we will be guided to rise beyond or leap beyond our limited awareness of things to greater things. Yes, the world seems daunting, and all the problems politically, socially, financially, in every way seem to be overwhelming. But there is a power and a presence within us that we can rely on that is always there if we're willing to look within and leap. Now, the one thing I wanted to share with you is that, again, we don't have to make a ritual of accepting our highest good. It's as easy as breathing. And not only is it easy as breathing, but there are only 5 things that you need to do, that in Terry Atwater's opinion, you need to do to accept your highest good. Number 1, you have to desire it. desire your highest good. Desire. If you do not have a desire for your highest good, if you're not like David, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the day of life. If you're not high on the idea of your highest good being ever present, then you may not see it. The second thing is belief. We have to believe, or we need to believe, that there is one power and one presence, and that one power and that one presence is goodness. And as we believe, we will strengthen our confidence in our highest good. The third thing that we need to do is to accept it right here and right now. You see, our highest good is not predicated on time and space and perception. Our highest good is happening right now, in the here and now. So embrace your highest good right now. Get high on it. High on the realization that you're in the power and the presence of the Most High, and that power and presence is good, and it dwells within you. These are not Terry's words. Unity's fundamental principles. Number one power, one presence, God the good. Unity principle number 2, we are spiritual beings created in God's image. The Spirit of God lives within each person, therefore all people are inherently good. Can you imagine that? All of us are inherently good. And we can embrace that goodness if we're willing to believe and to accept it. If we're willing to receive it, we can accept it and receive it right now in our minds. See, when we leap out of the fear and depression of the world, we can actually go beyond those limitations by simply realizing that we can leap out of those things with our thoughts, with our mind action that we talked about. Your thoughts and what you hold in your mind is so important. So when we leap, we're leaping not with our legs, not with logic, not with luck, but with the limitless power and presence of God the good within us. And lastly, in addition to desiring, believing, and accepting and receiving, we give thanks and we give gratitude. That goodness is forever present within us all the time. What do we say in unity? God is good all the time, right? So this awareness of our goodness being with us all the time may seem totally radical to you. Probably does. That's why we need little reminders. And so I'm going to ask you, if you will, to stand up and I take some affirmations that I think will help you be more in tune with your highest good. They have helped me, and I want to share them with you, okay? Remember we said desire, believe, accept, and receive, and you are there. The first one is desire, okay? So here's an affirmation for desiring your highest good. I will say it first, and then I'll invite you to repeat. Desire. I want my highest good and all the goodness that God has for me. Together, and my highest good and all the goodness that God has for me. Can you say that with a little more passion? I want my highest, go ahead, one more time. I want my highest good and all the goodness that God has for me. Do you really want it? Do you feel it? All right. Number 2, we must believe. Here is the affirmation. I believe that there is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life. God the good, omnipotent. Together, I believe there is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life. God the good, omnipotent. That is our statement of faith. Remember that. That is the first fundamental principle of unity. Accept. What does acceptance mean? We can affirm that by affirming this affirmation. I accept my goodness freely and unconditionally right now. Together, I accept my goodness freely and unconditionally right now. And receiving. You must be willing, receptive. Here's the affirmation that works for me. I readily receive my highest good, knowing that it is right here and right now. Let me say that again. I readily receive my highest good, knowing that it is right here and right now. Together. I readily receive my highest good, knowing that it is right here and right now. And then there's gratitude. I now am grateful for all the good that God has given me. How many times are we grateful for all the good that God has given us? So let's affirm that together. I am now grateful for all the good that God has given me. Thank you. You may be seated. So affirmations are great. They are kind of like mental stimulants, training wheels, tools to help us to remain on course with our highest good. And gratitude is really a game changer if we can really be grateful, that our good is always at hand. There is a statement in A Course in Miracles that I'd like to share with you. It's a what if statement. And I want you to ask yourself, what if? This is from workbook lesson number 135. It says, what could you not accept if you but knew that everything that happens, all events, past, present, and to come, were gently planned by one whose only purpose is your good? Perhaps you have misunderstood his plan, for he would never offer pain to you, but your defenses did not let you see his loving blessing shine in every step you ever took. While you made plans for death, he led you gently to eternal life. Just think, what if? What if our highest good is all there is? What if everything that's going on in our outer circumstances in the world that we see is gently planned by someone whose only purpose or only interest is for the highest good? What could we not accept? So this morning, I would invite you, as I invite myself, to embrace your highest good, whatever you conceive it as being. Know that it is forever with you, whatever the outer appearance of things may be. Inside, it's all good in God's neighborhood. And we know that there is only one power and one presence. And knowing that, we can affirm that, not only on Sunday here at Unity, but moment by moment. And we can know also that wherever we are, God is. And where God is, all is well. Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you, Terry. Now let's prepare for meditation.
I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited.
So I invite us now just to go a little bit more deep. Just relax. And is there some area in your life that you're aware of that there is some good waiting for you, but you haven't yet taken the leap? Something holding you back? And what would that be? What area would that be in? And what if you took that leap? What if you said, this is all for good, this is my highest good, it's waiting for me right now, right here. I am free and I am unlimited. And there are no chains that bind me. I want to invite us just to take a moment in the silence and see if you can identify some area. Could be small, could be minor. Going to the gym today, taking a walk outside, eating something healthy. Something that you know is for your good, something that you know is for your highest good. And if you just could take that leap, just take that little leap, it would be yours. It already is yours in God's mind. Just a matter of claiming and affirming. So let's take a moment in silence. And from this point of light, I can desire, I can receive, I can accept, I can be grateful, I can say thank you. I can know that I have the strength and the courage within me to take that leap, whatever that is, towards my highest good. I am free and I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me except the ones that I create in my mind. So I release and let go that which would hold me, that which would bind me, that which would keep me from not being free, that which would be limiting. I release and let go. I desire, I receive, I accept, I say thank you.
I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited.
Terry, again, thank you for that wonderful message. You've given us tools and affirmations to embrace our highest good. So thank you for that. Now is the time in the service where we had the opportunity to give back to this wonderful ministry. Unity of Charlottesville is totally supported by your tithes, your offerings, your gifts. But before we do that, I'd like to ask, is there anyone here this morning for the first time? If you want to be so brave and raise your hand. Okay, looks like everybody's been here at least once. If there's anyone watching online, seeing our service for the first time, this is your invitation. Come, join us here at Unity of Charlottesville on Hydraulic. There are many ways to give. On the screen, there is a number where you can text to give. It's very simple. Once you've entered that into your phone, you can enter them out. Seamless, very easy. You can also mail a check to our church office, and you can give a gift here in the sanctuary. We've got the butterfly net coming around. So let's take our offering statement together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
There is more than enough in a universe that you created. There is more than enough in a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd do without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love. Let my soul know the truth, whatever I choose to do. Your infinite love will prove more than enough. There is more than enough in a universe that you created. There is more than enough on a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and infinite love. Let the world know the truth, whatever we choose to do. Your infinite love will prove more than enough, more than enough, more than enough. Now we can move.
Well, let's see what the children were up to today.
We are walking as the light of God. 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 We are walking, walking, we are walking, walking, we are walking as the light of God. We are walking, walking, we are walking, walking, we are walking as the light of God.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Robin, and today in Kids Church, we talked about the spiritual power of love, which has been our theme in February. And we talked about a few stories where the hardships of life and the challenges can sometimes hurt our hearts a lot, but God's love is always there to fill up our cups and mend our broken hearts. So, do any of you want to share what we made or about any of the stories? It's fun to talk into the microphone. Do you want to try?
That's okay.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. So let's bless our children. Yes, together. Children,
Uniteens, while viewers, teachers, and parents, you are loved, special, and important.
That's true. Thank you, guys. Bob, can you? Is this? Oh yeah, it's on. Okay, thanks.
We'd like to remind you that every Wednesday at 7 o'clock, 6:30, we have healing half hour. So that's an opportunity to come together and pray with a group, or you can send a message in on the website and we'll pray for you at that time. In addition, on the website is an opportunity for pastoral care. So if you or anyone that you know needs some help, we do have people in the congregation available to help in that way.
And next week, finding your missing piece. So I hope you'll be here next week. And right after the service again, we have our financial meeting. The Board of Trustees will be presenting its 2024 prosperity plan. And if you're watching online, the way to get to it on Zoom is to go to our website, unitycharlottesville.org. And at the very top, click on, actually the link is for, we'll say Healing Half Hour. That's the link that you want to click, and you'll be able to watch it on Zoom. So thank you all, everybody, and I want to thank everybody, Bob and Luke up in the sound booth, and our blessing team today, Vicki and Don, and who else was on our blessing team up there? Yeah, Marge is up there, and our healing helpers are back here in the corner if you'd like to pray in a group. And let's see, we have our incredible Blair back. Thank you so much for being makes such a difference when you're here.
So glad to be back.
And all our musicians, Jim and Ty and Blue and all our singers here, thank you so much, everybody. And Peggy, thank you so much. So let's stand and do our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and wherever God is, all is well. Miss Christian?
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant chorus. Here we go.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. He is.